Today, we will make any treadmill smart by adding a reed switch or hall sensor. Even if your treadmill is already smart, the data is probably being collected, uploaded to some servers that you have absolutely no control over. Worse, you have to pay a monthly fee to view the data. I was looking around for an off-the-shelf solution and I saw this Run unit. The price is terrible at around $130. Based on the reviews, the unit is really bad. Worse off, the data is not open standard, meaning you need to pay monthly fees. In this video, we'll do the basic, such as steps and distance. We can do speed another time. Best of all, the method works on bicycles and ellipticals too, not just treadmills. Total cost is around $10. The first method relies on a reed switch. Every time a magnet passes by a reed switch, it closes a circuit. We can certainly use an ESP32 chip to count how many times the reed opens and closes. You should know a reed switch is not accurate at super high speed or even at low speed, as I later found out. Also, a reed switch is mechanical, so it will fail after switching on and off so many times. The second method uses a hall sensor, and that solves all of the issues with a reed switch. It works exactly the same by switching on and off whenever a magnet field passes by, but there is no moving parts within. I will share the link in the video description so you can trace the wires easily. For the reed switch, you'll only need 2 wires. For the hall sensor, you'll need to connect 3 wires. Power the chips up using any 5-volt USB power bank or outlet. The YAML code is also included below, so you can load it up into ESP Home. I won't cover how to use ESP Home, but you can refer to this previous video. Putting it together, the switch came shipped in this plastic box, and it just so happens that it can fit my ESP8266 perfectly fine. Well, almost perfectly fine. In the back, I had to cut 2 slits. I didn't cut them straight, so that's why the 8266 is in a slanted position. That's okay, nobody will see it anyway. On the side, I also cut a slit for the power cable to go in to power up the chip. It depends on your treadmill. Mine needs a spacer to get it out of the way to get closer to the magnets. That's why you see a spacer is being held together by M3 nuts and bolts. Once all the holes are made, you can close the plastic box. The reed switch will be mounted here via hot glue. Remember, there should be 2 circular holes on the reed switch, and those should be facing the magnets. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there are actually 2 small circular patterns that should be facing the magnets. We'll use DuPont connectors to connect this to the pins in the back of the 8266. On this setup, we're going to use a hall sensor. A hall sensor is superior in every way to a reed switch. Looking at it from the top on this side, it is perfectly flat, but on this side, it is bulging out on the hall sensor. I'm using a Mini D 1 mini chip just because I have a bunch of them. You can certainly use this newer chip too. It is even smaller and it uses USB-C ports, whereas the D1 Mini uses standard micro USB ports. If you're looking at it with the bulging side facing you, then on the left-hand side is the 3.3 volt inputs. The middle one is ground, and this one is data. Ground goes to ground, voltage goes to 3.3, and data goes to D5. This is what it looks like within the container. There's the 3M VHB tape holding it up close to the lid. Looking on the side, there's a slot for you to insert power cable in, the micro USB cable. On the bottom, there's the optocoupler label because I was using it for another project. You can hot glue the whole sensor if you want, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. It's going to be staying in one place. As soon as a magnet is within 1 centimeter, that's good enough for the whole sensor to sense. By the way, if this video is helpful, please consider subscribing and liking the video. This lets YouTube know my video is indeed helpful and will recommend to others like yourself. This is my final setup for the treadmill. On the right-hand side, we got the sensor, the old sensor with wires running out, just because I didn't want it to solder. I wanted a quick setup with the reed sensor going. There's a magnet somewhere on this flywheel. The flywheel is metal, so any magnet would do. And here's the magnet for you. The Hall sensor is much more cleaner, much smaller, just because it is permanent. I will keep this whole setup, but we got the reed switch too to compare both setups for you to see that the Hall sensor is much better. Everything is soldered to that small plastic box instead of DuPont, making it much smaller. Here's the micro USB running out for power into my EcoFlow power bank. As with the reed switch, there is one magnet somewhere on the flywheel. There we go, that's the one. It's interesting to note this treadmill does have a reed sensor itself. This is what came with the manufacturer. I don't know why they use a reed switch. A Hall sensor is just as cheap and actually much more accurate as mentioned previously. If you don't have a plastic box to cover it up, it's no big deal. I used 3M HB tape to secure the mini D1 onto the plastic sheets. The Hall sensor right there. And there's the magnet. The wire is being routed from the top going down. That's just because I don't want anything super discreet, otherwise I might forget to pull the wire out during relocating. I might need to move the treadmill in the future and might forget to disconnect the power cable. Alright, we got the two sensors in position now. Let's start walking. I'm going to walk very slow in the first 10 seconds. And then I'm going to walk very fast 10 seconds later. Here we go. Walking very slow. And now I'm going to run very fast. One of the things we noticed is that the reed sensor tend to overstate the facts. You see that the revolution on the reed sensor was 125. Meanwhile, it is 115 on the Hall sensor. If you want accuracy, then Hall sensor is the way to go. If you want good enough accuracy, I would say the reed sensor is fine. Remember, the reed sensor is mechanical, meaning that physically inside, there is a switch that's moving back and forth each time there is a magnet nearby. When a magnet is near, the contact will close physically. Over time, I'm not sure how many times it would fail, but eventually it will fail. Whereas the Hall sensor, there is no moving part whatsoever, so it should last much, much longer. Most treadmills use reed switch. My guess is that it is planned or even forced obsolescence. Companies do not want to sell a product that lasts forever. If you do a quick YouTube search, you'll see plenty of videos showing how to fix the reed switch on a treadmill or bicycle. Alright, hopefully you found this video helpful. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and thanks for watching.